Welcome. In this talk, we'll unpack how blockchain works, walking through blocks, chains, and nodes in simple terms. Over the next slides, we'll see how data is grouped, cryptographically sealed, propagated across participants, and secured by collective rules, so you can understand not just the parts, but why the whole system becomes tamper-resistant and trustless. This slide contrasts a classic centralized ledger with a distributed ledger, showing why decentralization matters. A single owner creates a single point of failure, while a distributed book replicates records across many nodes. That replication eliminates double spending, prevents hidden edits or fraud, and creates a permanent timestamp trail that's transparent and resistant to unilateral tampering. A block is essentially a package of validated transactions plus metadata, a timestamp, a randomly chosen nonce, the block's own cryptographic hash, and a reference to the previous block's hash. Together, those elements form a unique digital fingerprint, so changing any part alters the hash and triggers tampering alerts across the network, breaking the chain and exposing the alteration. Hashing is the digital seal that makes blockchain immutable. A hashing function turns any input into a fixed length, deterministic output that's unique and irreversible, like SHA-256. Because each block's hash depends on its contents and on the prior block's hash, the hash acts as a tamper-evident seal that ties blocks into an unbreakable chain and preserves data integrity. The mining process under proof of work is a competitive guessing game where miners bundle block data, vary a nonce, and compute hashes until one meets the network's difficulty target. That costly energy and computation prove commitment. The miner who finds the golden nonce locks the block into history, earns rewards, and helps the network agree on the next accepted state. Think of immutability as sedimentary rock. The blockchain grows by adding new layers on top of older, cemented history. Each validated block references its parent's hash, so rewriting a single transaction forces, recomputing all subsequent blocks, an effort that's practically impossible without controlling the majority of global mining power, which preserves the integrity of ancient layers. Consensus follows the longest chain rule. Nodes accept the branch with the greatest cumulative proof of work as the true ledger. Short forks can occur naturally, but one branch eventually outpaces the other, and the network converges, orphaning the shorter branch. This economic and technical mechanism gives users confidence that after sufficient confirmations, transactions become practically irreversible. Full nodes perform independent validation and auditing by downloading and checking the entire blockchain. They verify every transaction against consensus rules, reject invalid spends or protocol violations, and propagate only clean data. Running a full node doesn't require mining, but it enables trustless network auditing and ensures the system enforces its own rules without relying on third parties. The node spectrum balances resources and roles across the network. Minor nodes use compute power to create blocks via proof of work. Validator nodes stake capital to propose blocks in proof-of-stake systems, and light nodes store only headers to verify and connect while relying on full nodes. Together, these types trade off scalability, security, and decentralization to sustain network performance and trust. A 51% attack is theoretically possible, but practically self-defeating. Mounting such an attack demands massive hardware and energy costs and risks, collapsing the coin's value, which undermines the attacker's payoff. Economic incentives make it more profitable to play by the rules and collect rewards, so cryptographic security combined with rational economics makes honest behavior the default equilibrium. Consensus without identity replaces identity-based voting with resource-backed mechanisms like proof of work and proof of stake. Instead of verified identities, voting power derives from energy or staked capital, which converts external resources into influence. That design enables permissionless, decentralized settlement that resists Sybil attacks, because one actor can't cheaply masquerade as thousands without committing real resources. To conclude, the concise blockchain narrative rests on 4 pillars: blocks that batch transactions and carry cryptographic seals, hashes that chain blocks into immutable history, nodes that independently validate and broadcast data, and consensus that replaces trust with economic skin in the game, together creating a robust, tamper-evident global ledger.